Number 4, when you add two fractions, the denominators have to be the same. Okay, so in order to make these two denominators the same, we need to first factor our denominators. If you look at the one on the left, it's just x. It doesn't need to be factored, but this one can be factored. Okay, so let's do just that. Okay, in the numerator on the top left, we got 5x plus 2 divided over x plus 12 over, okay, let's factor this. So if we look at our 2x squared minus 6x, we're going to factor by using the greatest common factor. Okay, so between 2 and 6, the greatest common factor is 2. Between x squared and x, what can be taken out of both is x. We can take out an x. All right, so we take out a 2x and an x. What's going to be left over? We take out a 2x from this term, it'll leave me with an x. Minus, if we divide out 2x here, all right, so we have 6x, we divide out 2x. 6 divided by 2 is 3. We take away that x, there'll be no more x's. All right, so that's what we'll have at this point. At this point in the problem. All right. So what do we do next? Well, so we go about trying to make these denominators the same. Okay, so here we have an x, here we have 2x, and then x minus 3. I see a 12 in the numerator and I see a 2 here, so I'm gonna reduce. These are done many different ways, but this is the way I'm gonna work this one out. I'm gonna cross out the 2. 2 divided by 2 gives me a 1. 1 gives me 1, and 2 divided by 12 gives me 6. All right, let's rewrite this problem. We have 5x plus 2 divided by x plus 6 divided by x times x minus 3. Okay, so at this point we still don't have the same denominator. We have x and times x plus minus 3. So what we need to do is multiply x minus 3 to this, and then the denominators will both be exactly the same. So I'm going to multiply x minus 3 in the denominator here, but whatever you do on the bottom, you also have to do on the top. Okay, you just put parentheses around here. Okay, so let's rewrite our problem. We have 5x plus 2 times x minus 3 divided by x times x minus 3. All right, awesome. All right, so now at this point we have denominators. Both denominators are equal. Okay, so at this up here we can actually use we can do FOIL to multiply these things in distributing this 5x to both terms, and then do the same thing with 2. Okay, I lost my cursor there. Come on. All right, here we go. And then we're going to do the same thing with 2. Okay, so 5x times x will give me 5x squared. 5x times negative 3 gives me negative 15x. 2 times x gives me 2x. 2 times 3 gives me negative 6. Okay, with the numerator plus 6. Okay, and the denominators are the same. X times x minus 3. Okay, so now we're going to simplify or combine like terms in the numerator. We have 5x squared. Negative 15x plus 2x will give me negative 13x. And then we have negative 6 plus 6 gives you 0 divided by x times x minus 3. Okay, so it looks like we are almost done. Okay, but what we have to do in the numerator is factor our numerator. All right, between the two terms, you can divide out x, which will leave me with 5x minus 13. In the denominator, we have x times x minus 3. Looks like these two x's can be reduced, which leaves me with our final answer of 5x minus 13 over x minus 3. Okay, and that's as far as we can go. At this point, you cannot divide out these x's. This will be your final answer.